I'm going to delete that first part just that I showed. So yeah, back to trading view. So most people were telling me that they don't understand my chart. I wonder why. Okay, let me quickly run a breakdown of what I did. So let's assume this price action had not happened. And when I came to the chart, the only thing I saw on the chart was this low right here. I was already on this buys stop, but this happened overnight, so I just didn't take it. But I knew price was going to continue from this order flow. But let's just continue. Let's see. So if we start from the daily, usually I like to start from the daily to see where I'm at. Let's say here, okay, that will be the daily. And I'll go to the H4. You know, it's weekend. This price will not just come all the way up since price is bullish. And the second thing I saw was an all-time high, which is this. So you mark it out. Oh, this is not the all-time high. Okay, this is the new all-time high, but this was the previous all-time high. So right, is 80H right here. And from the 4 hours, I could already see like there was a breaker right here. There was a breaker right here. So I turned it to H4. And then this was giving me bullish intent. So realistically, I was expecting price to just, come tap this range because, we have a fair value gap right here on the H4. We have a fair value gap right here. So realistically, I knew it was a breakaway gap, but the fact that price was coming back, you can see this price was coming back. I was obviously thinking that, okay, price is going to come tap this fair value gap before continue pushing higher. So if we go to the 1 hour, you can see 1 hour. Then I'll just jump to 15 minutes. 15 minutes is one of my favorite time frames. So hold on. So 15 minutes, I saw this order flow right here, which really caught my interest. Now, if you look at the 4 hours fair value that I was saying that price would have come back to, you can see it actually did come back to it. So now another thing to take note of is this order block right here. You can see it has been mitigated. This one right here, it has been mitigated there. So yes, obviously we would not expect the price to come to the 50% encroachment of the 4 hour fair value gap. So realistically, all we needed to do was to wait for this sweep. We need to wait for a sweep. So realistically, we took this low. So X, I would usually, if I've not taken the low, I'll present it as X. But if I've taken the low, I add an asterisk to it, just like this. And then, okay. So now we've taken the low. Now look at this price action. Facing this price action, we actually made a change in the state of delivery right about. So yeah, I could have gone long on this point and place my stops below here. Yeah, place my stops below here, and I would use this range as my last line of defense because that's our new low after taking the old low. So these are our new low. That's my last line of defense. So that's where I'm allowed to shift my stops to if I get on the trade and then price is going against me. So this would be my entry. So the thing is all about mastery, you get. So once you understand where price is likely to go and where we are likely to, go from, this should be your second entry right here. So I'll just say second entry right here. So yes, now we have a target, which is here. And we also have another target, which is this immediate high. So TP1, and then you can leave runners. So from that range, this is how you get in on, let's see here, hold on. So they change the state of delivery right there. And then stops below this low. So if the trade was going to go against you, just shift it a little bit. So if it does hit your stop loss, you understand that, okay, fine. And then if you were exiting right here, you can see the one, it's not even up to a 122, which was the reason I didn't take the trade. It's not even up to 122 because this was my initial take profit. Then if you're pushing price to go higher. As here, this would have been a 1 to 5 RR. So it's really, really solid trading. It's not, I didn't look at much. You get, I didn't really look at much. I just um went like this. So this is just an example for BTC. Let me show you trades that I actually did take during the week, so you understand that it's basically the same thing. Let's go here. So I have my. If you ask me what my trading views like this, you can say I have the dollar index, Australia index, the Japanese index, the pound index, and then the euro index. The reason I have this is so I can have an idea of where the market is going. So basically, the market is consolidating now. If you go on there and look at this market from the higher time frame, so you can see there was a. Are you seeing this? Are you
Yeah, I can see it.
price? Because I just recently edited my chart, so fail. So you can see price came back to this point, tapped it. So I was expecting
Right.
selling in the euro index, which is why if you come to the euro currency, you can see I had sales in there. I had sales in there just because of that thing. First, I had buys, and then I was supposed to take sales. You can see there was a sell in here. So I was supposed to
Yeah.
sell from here like this, from here like this. Stops above. You can see the trend line is in correspondence with the order block right here. So that was another entry, and I could have looked to take this low, which was here for a 1 to 4. So I would explain why it's like that in a few. Okay. So okay, US oil is probably my best pair in the world. You can see do the same
Really?
thing. Yeah, so guy, I love this pair guy. I've been mapping it for since I started trading. I've always been checking US oil, and I'm getting really, really comfortable with it. So you can see this is the same thing. We had Asian consolidation right here. London opened, took out Asian low. So this was Asian and New York low. You can see this was New York low. This is Asian low right here. So you just took out Asian and New York low. I'm going to remove this. Let me just hide it. So you can see this is my session, this thing. I use this session stuff. So I sent it to the group for you guys to edit it. So
Yeah.
session stuff. So
I don't know. I have the one I'm using.
okay. So I knew this was Asian low, and I took it, and then we broke inside the range. You can see we had this change in the state of delivery. All I needed was for price to come in. So if you go to the 15 minutes or 30 minutes, I think yes, you can see this other block right here that was taken out. It was broken. So I think on the 30 minutes, it looked finer. Yeah, on 30 minutes, it's just one singular candle. So we broke out of the zone, and then we tested the zone. Entry here, you can see I still use the same stop loss. So this was my last line of defense. I could have just simply adjusted this. So here, as my
Lol.
then if price should be going against me, I will just
You can drag it down a little.
drag it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But once price violates this point, I know for a fact that okay, this trade is going against us because now it has broken the support again. Don't break and come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the entry. I was just targeting 1 to 5. That's why I placed my stop loss here. It was a very simple trade. You can see, boom, TP1, TP2, just like that. So what you need is a consistent approach. You don't need to target those home runs. You don't need to target them. Let me show you something on gold too. So this was gold. Oh, I've cleared gold charts, but I think I have something on the group on FX Alert Telegram. I think I have something on there that shows exactly how I entered gold. It was perfect. So let's leave gold. BTC, I was long on BTC ever since. Fartcoin, I was short, but now I should be long because any you can see I was short on this coin. Are you seeing it? It's just perfect.
Yeah.
Last line of defense, the same order block. I didn't probably get a breaker block, but I would consider this as a breaker block because this was a drop, base, drop. So price comes back to the base, boom, and look at what price did all the way down here. So
Yeah.
it's not every time you target home runs. Like, okay, now there's a swing low here that I would have exited from.
Yes.
So it's all fractal. You just have to keep doing it. You just have to keep doing it. One strategy all the time, one strategy. So I think I had something on USD ZAR. This one was bullish. Like this one was bullish. Same principle. So it was London that swept London. London that swept London right here. So X asterisk. So most of the time, like you said, I just come to the chart. I just pick a point. We consolidated all through this range, and we actually had a breakout here. So I had a breakout here. I'm looking to go long from this point. What happened right here? You can see when price comes back to this level, we tanked, and then we broke out again right about here. So I don't think I had my entry model here, but I did have it somewhere around here because, okay, now take a look at this. If you've seen so many videos, you should understand that, okay, when we price can actually come back to an extreme zone, you get price can come back to an extreme
Yeah.
zone. So now taking this as the extreme zone, you can see, let's remove this, or let's still just keep it on there. So yeah, we had a proper breakout, and then we came back to the extreme zone. So if you're using Fibonacci, if you're using Fibonacci to calculate this move, just this move right here, you can see price came back to like the extreme zone. So there was an order block right here.
Okay.
The only reason I'll be taking this trade is because, sorry, is because of I know price has taken liquidity. So let me just take this off real quick. Then I'll also take the Fibonacci. So the only reason I will be taking this trade is because of my last line of defense right here. It's close to my entry. Are you getting my point? It's close to my entry. So if I was targeting these highs right here, I trade with risk to reward. You get, that's if it's not matching my criteria. So this would be like my first line of defense right here. Then price was going against me, I would just do something like this. Hold on. So let's check it out. So if I can put my stops here and my, so this is a 1 to 2.42, which is not really my start on 1.2, 2.7. It's almost like 3 sorry, it's almost
Okay.
like R.
Once.
Even if I do something like this, I saying my last line of defense
Yeah.
and this thing is not far from each other. I get my point. It's not really far from
Yeah.
each other. So now entering this trade, this is how I would enter this trade. This point that mitigated this other block right here. Because I'm not expecting price to come back right here. I get my point. So now this will do my 1 to 5. Are you saying it's consistent? This will do my 1 to 5 normally. So it's just understanding where markets would most likely go to, one, and how to get involved. You can see this is not just a minor entry. This was a change in the state of delivery right here. So price came back to the order block, tagged, and pushed away. So if I was scared of putting my stops, I won't be even scared of putting my stops down here. I mean, this would be my preferred stops right here. I get my point. This would be my preferred stops right here. So this would have done in 1 to 7. So it's really amazing what you can do with understanding order flow. We swept these lows. So obviously we swept the lows inside the range. We consolidated and had a breakout. Asian session came back into the range, and then I think this was by 6 a.m. This was early in the morning. South African, I've noticed by 6 a.m. you would always find trades, like because London session will start by 9:30 or 9 o'clock. But there's going to be some massive move that is going to happen. You know, Nigerian time is 1 hour behind compared to South African time, with 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll check it. So if you're trading USD, you should be mindful of this. You can see, are you seeing this move? 7:30. That's when you made this move. So you are not going to always find trades after 7 or after 6. So if you want to trade South African rounds and you probably have done your analysis a night prior, you should be waking up by 5 or 4 or 6. 6 will be too late because this move happened at 6. So you should be waking up by like 4 to see how the move will play. Like see this one now. This was by 7. This was by 6. So around 7, you can see price came. swept here. Are you seeing this? Swept these lows and then pushed higher. Price came back to this range again, swept the lows, also pushed higher, but then we are failing. We are failing to continue higher. Then now ask yourself, okay, what's happening up there? What does price do here? Took this highs. I get my point.
Sweat.
Took the highs, broke inside the range, came back here. So this could have been your entry right here. Stops above this
Yeah.
and
This
target
price.
this point right here, or probably this liquidity. And you can see that's what price
Then switch
did.
to
Sweeps it.
1 to 6.
Like it's really easy. You don't need to overcomplicate trading. Most of the reason why I mark out everything
I've,
is my
I've,
it's my
I've noticed that once you're very familiar with your setup and you're very keen in spotting them and the whole arrangement and all, it almost feels like a textbook.
guy. It's
Um,
textbook price action.
it almost feels like it's even a cheat.
Guy, it's a
It makes
cheat.
everything becomes so simple and plain.
I kid you not, my bro. I kid you not. Everything becomes so simple and plain. Like I actually taught myself trading. Like nobody pointed me to anything that do this, do that, do that. The only person that said to my trading was my friend, Obi Ofoka. Like it was like I'm always showing him things, and those things used to work for him. So it was like he showed me Malaysian support and resistance. I actually DM'd him. I saw it on his status when he posted it. I was like, I would like to learn this too because for me, I'm I'm addicted to learning. Let me just put it that way. I'm addicted to learning. So if I see somebody that is slightly doing better than I am, I ask them questions. Even if you're not doing better than I am, if you are doing something that I don't know and I find it useful, I would ask questions. That's how I learn. So yeah, GU had like very clean price action, very clean price action. Um, and now we're going to be looking for. I think I've cleared my GU and EU setups. I've cleared them because I was analyzing for the new week. Yeah, you can see I've already marked it out. This is my New York high. This is my New York close. So I'm expecting Asian session to do whatever I want to do while respecting my analysis. Yeah, I've already mapped out my higher time frame analysis. So once price comes into my range and then breaks inside the range, I'm just going to analyze DXY, probably analyze BXY, and then I'll understand if market is going to continue going at higher based on maybe the BXY is tanking. So yeah, that's basically how I trade. That's how I trade. I just analyze all of these things higher time frame. Like if you check, let me just show you one cheeky thing right now. So if you check USD, I think this thing is going to tank. USD NGN. I think the Nigerian currency is gaining some value because I analyzed it yesterday. So if you go to the weekly, you see some crazy weekly price action. So if you check here, this is the head and shoulder. That's the QM. So if you weekly, that's green for me. So you can see price just tap here and continue lower. So obviously we would have been looking for price to react from here, but it didn't. So it broke directly under it. So I think the dollar is going to get all the way here to 1.4. So this would like be a great time to be buying the dollar. Just buy the dollar and keep it. So yeah. So this is just our countries and stuff. You can see order flow right here. Comes back, test.
How how is this how is this weekly time frame showing on your daily and your daily showing on your hour
Oh, I've said
and
this a lot of time. I've said it a lot of times. This ICT HDF candle. This is the only two things I use. ICT HDF candles and Luxargo sessions. There is, now I believe you understand why I use this thing here.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's a reason I use
It's
this
like
thing
it's almost like you're looking at three or two or
for,
three time frame on
on
one.
one time frame. It's like I have three screens.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to just trade smart. Like not let anybody tell you what's this, that. Not let anybody tell you shit. Trading is a personal journey. Okay. It's a personal journey.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let me bust your head. Recently I bought an account and I was collaborating with someone because it's not like I didn't trust myself. It's just that okay, the person said according to them that they have 5 years experience and obviously there was something to show. He posted payouts. Bro, I gave this guy my account and don't worry, that account is bleeding. I lost my 100K instant funded. beginning to lose
Jesus.
50K account that I gave to him. 50K account that I brought from drawdown to 48,200. He has taken it back to 46,000, losing 2,000 something dollars on it. This is somebody that has 5 years of experience. If I show you my track record,
Jesus.
I started doing that. Well, it's chill. I knew the risk and I took it because I felt like he had more experience than I did. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's so trading is a personal journey. Just tone down the noise, do your thing. It will get better like that. Okay, yeah. So with that being said, let's continue taking that shit out. I don't think there's much analysis to do. Like you just have to go and back test what I've showed you now. But let's see if we can find setups. Everything is just rocky price action. Very okay. We broke out. Interesting. So for GBP I should be looking for buys. Should be looking for buys like from the weekly perspective right now. And daily, okay, daily has already started to shift structure, and then it's also respecting this daily SNR. So my first idea would be this daily, and then we could look to target these highs, which has been taken. So I could look to target these highs right here. Like there's nothing really interesting in GBP right now because it is literally like all-time highs right now. And then we have this points, this change in order flow right here. That price could come to price come here 204. So we actually broke out, but then we're respecting it also. So making sense that price could tank from here too. And getting my point. So it's until we break here, then we'll now look to continue pushing price higher. Then after this, I will run analysis on Japanese index. So now if you look this is why I like order flow. You see, we've toned down the noise instead of us to be looking at every single thing that's happened. We've toned down the noise to just this point while respecting this SNR right here, and we're looking to take this high. So how do we not get involved? We'll come to the 4 hours. So from the 4 hours, we've had this, change like this market structure shift, but then we kind of came back to the entry, but you see, we did not close under, so it's still very, very strong if you ask me. So right now, what I'm saying is that this break of structure is holding, but I won't be using the break of structure. Let's just use this fair value gap right here that is holding right now. So I'll just take it here. It's in alignment. Okay, that fair value gap is holding right now. So I'll be looking for buys around this level. And if you go to the 1 hour, 1 hour has given us this rejection block. So I'm going to take this out. 1 hour has given us this rejection block. I don't know how active it's going to be like. I don't know how active it's going to be like, but let's see the 15 minutes. So in the 15 minutes, we have something like this. Then this is where session comes in. So obviously we still have this low to take. I don't know if it's going to take it, but if let's take this out, we don't need this anymore. At least, like you said, once you can visualize the price action with your eye, you're good to go. With that. So you can see we took all of these lows that was sitting pretty right here and closed inside the range. I'm just going to mark this as um, Tokyo and London. In fact, there's no need to just pray as X because if you look at it, is this, and this, all of them combined to one. We swept all of those lows. So, like I said, if you've taken it, you add an exteric. That's me. You like trading is a person, you can do whatever you want. Okay. And then we took this low, broke back into the range. So price comes back to this other block right here, including the stuff. And you can see we continue pushing higher from there. So we haven't really like broken structure to the upside. So I can expect price to, come back to this order flow right here. But then all this is just hindsight until Tokyo session does what it wants to do. We might even decide to take this low and then continue back into the range. So I just add this as X because it's not a defined low right now. So we need Tokyo to open, do its thing. London to open, give us an entry because this is obviously GBP. London gives us an entry and then boom to the upside. Simple. We're trading from this range to this range. Like it's that crazy. And you can see we have another block here because we have a rally base rally right here. So that would be a very nice order block. You can see very nice order block right here. That broke structure to the upside. So yeah, it's kind of really rocky price action. We saw it was rocky price action from the weekly, but it's something that would most likely happen. And so we've taken this low. We can push here, Asian session, tap into this supply and continue pushing lower. But anything below the 15 minutes is noise, even the 5 minutes. I only come to the 5 minutes to, try and get that sniper. I don't even know why this 24 hours is still showing here. My OCD will not let me ignore it. How am I going to do this now? I don't even know who sent me in the first place. 24 hours. I don't know why this is still here. I don't know why that this 24 hours is still here. I want to take it out. I don't even know how to take it out safe. It's crazy. Oh well. Okay, make I try save these templates. Save as the last of my kind. Yeah. You guys should already know I'm the last of my kind now. Can't find another me elsewhere.
Oh, that name is is quite epic.
Yeah.
The name speaks for itself.
What?
I said the name speaks for itself.
I swear, name speaks for itself. That name came to me in a trance, man. I knew I was special. Like you see my post. I said you are not special. Work harder. But I've always known I was special, but I still work fucking hard. I work like 20 hours a day. Even the 4 hours a day I'm studying. I sleep like less and less hours. So yeah, okay. That's pretty much it for this session. There's nothing much to look at. I just want to make this a 30 minute session. Okay, see, now that this is done, let's talk about everything else that people don't talk about in trading. So yeah, so you see, like I said, trading is a personal journey. Like tone down the noise, get away from social media, don't chase shiny objects. If you have a system that works for you, say you have your technical know-how, you have your edge. One thing you need to understand is you need to master yourself. You need to understand where you are being greedy. You need to understand where fear is creeping in. You need to master your emotions. Let me show you a very sweet trade on AUDJPY that I didn't show you. It was by like beautiful, beautiful price action. Beautiful price action right here. Can see. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you seeing this? Broke out. My first entry, it's TP2. Price came back to the entry. 50% encroachment that is in alignment with our, like they say, reclaimed order block,
Mm-hmm.
breaker block, whatever you want to call it. But it was. So price comes back to that level, tags me in, and then boom, keeps pushing because this was Asian session. If the other sessions can push higher, Asian session is obviously going to push higher, but they need to find a place to get involved, which was here. Came here, boom. See, there's another place to get involved right here because my target has not been met. Are you saying it? Until my target
Yeah.
is met, I'm still bullish. So now I'm waiting for Asian session to do its thing, come back here, taps here, and then boom. But I doubt it will do that. But anyways, because Asian session can just do this, you can see there's a swing low right here. You could take this swing low and then continue off of this breaker.
That
Yeah.
upwards, yeah.
And then because you can see I've already marked it out. We can continue out from this breaker, and this is just how it's going to look like. This right here on top of it, and then stops below this low. TP should give us a 1 to 5. Yup. Are you seeing how accurate? Like 1 to 5, like my consistency. I know I'm not there yet. Let me tell you, I know I'm not there yet, but I know I'm on the right path. Like nobody can tell me a different way to
The,
trade now. You get my point? Nobody can tell me a different way to trade right now. I know my craft. I know what I'm doing. You can see there was a previous low that was taken here. There was a low that was taken here, so it makes sense. So this was a low that was taken. So it makes sense that we should continue pushing higher. Else you are going to miss setups. So this low doesn't really take this low, which was how I was expecting price to come back here. But sometimes price won't come back here because you can see we have an order flow right here. This entire range right here is order flow. So yes, I'm looking to get involved from here, placing my stops here. And if price wants to go against me, this is the last line of defense right here. I'm not going to take the swing low as my last line of defense. I'm going to take probably this one as my last line of defense right here. That's in alignment with the H4 SNRs. If I push it right here, it's basically doing a 1 to 3. You get my point?
yeah.
If it fits my criteria of doing a 1 to 3 with a big stop loss, why not? All I'm going to lose is 1%. If I'm risking 1% of my total account size, I'm going to be losing is 1% here, and I'll still enter again because I know where price was most likely going to bounce from. So yeah, but for the meantime, this would be my entry right here and my SL right here. So you can see we've even found a trade, something I've done earlier. So it's just how it is. It's just how it is. You just need to find something that works for you, and don't let anybody tell you less. Don't let anybody tell you I'm not doing the work. I see I had an entry here, I had an entry here. I'm still going to get an entry here. So yeah, back to yes, risk management. Just manage your risk. So if you have like $100 account size, you should divide your account into 20 or 1 or 15. If you divide your account into 20, you'll be risking $5 per trade. I think. Okay, I see no other no mass. So $100 accounts divided by 20. Yes, it should be 5. So if you're risking $5 per setup, this will give you $25 right here. And then you have
Yeah.
extra profits.
Black 25.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. What else? What else? What else? So keep it pretty simple. You can see the minors. I can change the minors however I like, but my majors I don't change them. This minors I can just go to my watch list and then look for any pair that fits my criteria for going long or short, and then I'll just click on the red folder. So for example, let's check on Euro NZD. Let's see Euro NZD. You can see we took this point, broke inside the range. Price doesn't really give us an entry, so it broke inside the range. So this is where we had that change. Oh, it did give us an entry. This is where we had.
Mm,
You can see those here like this. Sorry. Let's see. Let's see this range. Just gave us like a tiny pullback, broke inside the range. Most people will be looking to come and take entries here, but I've noticed that price barely gets there because we have actually this was a sweep break into the range, so this will be the entry.
I would have been looking. I would have
Stops
been
below
looking
here.
for. I would have been looking for entries off of that. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I'll be
So
looking for entries
TP
here
could
by
be
that.
this
Yeah.
point or
Yes.
this
I would have
point.
been aiming. I would have been aiming for this most recent high over here. My TP one will most likely be the
This one,
Bollinger Gap, and
the
then
most recent high, yeah?
my take profit will be that high.
Okay. Well, my take profits could be here, this range. I like using order flow for my take profits. So take profits will be here.
Yeah,
Gives
I
me a
like
1 to 3, I'll take it. Yeah, 1 to 3. Obviously, I'm going to take it. And then
my
uh,
first take profit here. I'll just leave the trade running to aim for that high over
yeah,
there.
now see this is our order flow right
Exactly.
here. So I would look to exit
Yes.
from here.
That's where I'll be aiming. That's where my elastic profit will be aiming
So
for.
1 to 5, easy, easy money. Like And this was Tokyo session. So if we're in trading during Tokyo session now, what?
We won't have seen it.
Yeah, you won't have seen it, but now look at this. Look at this beauty right here. Continuation. We know Tokyo session took a previous low. Are you seeing this? So now we bounce off of this range and look at this beautiful price action right here. Are you seeing this beautiful price action?
The value gap entry once
Entry,
again.
exactly. It will always present itself if you know what you're looking for. You have context. You have context. We bounced off of this range. We didn't even touch it. So you have context. So price comes back to that level. What do you have right here? Last line of defense. It's very important. Last line of defense. That's what we have there. It's very, very close to the entry. So I picked that one. So my first initial entry would be from this fair value gap. Most times I will enter from the 50% encroachment. That's why the line is there. So you know it's zero fugazi. If it's the line is not there, I don't know what I'm doing. So are you looking at it? It's in this right here. So my first stops would go directly under here. And if I was looking to edit it, it's going to go to the last line of defense. So from there, fair value gap entry, 50% of it, take profits right here. Now this is doing a 1 to 6. Still my shit. Even if I push it down, it's doing a 1 to 5. Same shit every day.
Yeah, man, shit is peak. Like
Peak, my
peak.
guy. Same shit every fucking day. That's like all I'm looking for is mastery, my bro. Because we've moved away from here. We don't expect price to come back here again because swept a low. Price comes back here, created another low. So if we're looking for price to sweep a low, it would be this low. But now we have fair value
Gap.
gap. Like this one now is what we call if you go to the lower time frame, you see it's inverse fair value gap. Fair value gap going in, fair value gap going out. So it invalidates the continuous selling that was going to happen here. So like this is the mastery that we're looking for. It's the mastery that everybody's striving for. Like me, I know my shit, you get, and it can only get better. It can only get better. Like for every time you come on the chat, you will definitely find setups. Every time. Swept lows, all you have to do is wait. All you just have to do is wait. No, normally when price comes to this level, that's why I like the higher time frame. As long as I'm not seeing what I want to see, there's no point getting involved in this trade. And if you see, this will be like around 10. Okay, this is 11. You see, I'm still right. So the fact that we're getting this push right here around 9 a.m., we understand this fair value gap entry is most likely to occur. You get, so we might be looking for trades here for the order block and here for the fair value gap. So price comes back to the fair value gap, gives us an entry. And since our target has not been met, because one thing you have to understand is you need a clear target. You need to know where you are going before you start. The reason you started trading was because you knew how much trading could change your life. So you had a direction before you started it. And before you started it, you did research. So the research is your analysis you do on the charts. You've done your research on the chart saying that, okay, yeah, you have a context area. And now price has given you a narrative that, okay, yes, we're going to continue from this fair value gap. We have rejection 1, 2. There is no telling you that, okay, I need to get involved here. And now this is where this comes in. Because once you start seeing how your higher time frame is printing alongside your lower time frame, you understand you're doing something right. Because, for example, you see this H4, that we're respecting it, had this big push higher. We know for a fact you can say this is mitigated, 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 mitigated. So obviously, you should be buying from here. It's really that simple. So yeah, this would be the end of the session. 40-minute session, really great. I'm glad you learned a thing or two, right?
Of course. Always.
Always nice. So, peace. See you whenever we see.
I'm looking forward to more sessions. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, when I don't resurrect me now, I wanted to really, really have time, but it wasn't no,
Nah, the guys is related to that.
it,
That's our us now.
it wasn't just you, my guy. Everybody
Now you be
texting
the last.
me.
Now you be the last of even your name self they tell you. Now you be the last of your kind. You know if you just go like that.
I swear, guy, I couldn't even have. 2 weeks to myself.
You can't just go like that.
Um,
You can't go like that.
I've already said it before that I'm going to create the next generation of billionaires in Nigeria. So I guess I'm doing the work right now.
You see? You can't just go like that.
I swear. Anyways, until next time. It was a very lovely session.